life gets scary, escape.
Hello and welcome to the Dick Witch Makes Magical Margaritas featuring me, the Dick Witch. This special recipe is based on the phenomenal Practical Magic, the movie, which came out in 1998. And the second Practical Magic is currently being filmed and it's going to be released next year. This isn't even an advertisement. I literally am just so obsessed with the Practical Magic series. I, of course, have to do my version of the Midnight Margaritas. Let's get right into it. The ingredients that you'll need to make magical margaritas include 1 ounce-ish of triple sec, 1 ounce-ish plus extra of lime juice because we love it, 1 ounce to 2 ounces of vodka, a little bit of simple syrup, in my case I chose lavender, and glitter for magic, of course. Now, you might be thinking, Dick Witch, this isn't a margarita, bitch. There's no f***ing tequila. And to that I say, tequila. The reason why I love this recipe is because it's so simple, even a bimbo like me can figure it out. Pour everything into mother. All right, in with the first ingredient. This one is triple sec. Ooh. Lime juice going in. Simple syrup. Look at how pretty that looks, you guys. Don't I look like a mad hot scientist? In with the simple syrup. Ooh. 2 shots vodka going in. And can't forget the magical, the mystical glitter. So before you get everything blended, you're gonna wanna work a little bit fast, okay, bitch, with this next one. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a little slice of lime, get that all the way around your glass here, and we're actually going to dip it. Normally you would use margarita salt, but because this is the Dick Witch way, we're gonna use popping candy because how cute and how fun is that? And it's gonna activate right away, so that's why I said you're gonna wanna work a little bit fast with this one. Oh, look at that though. Isn't that so fun? Spooky season. And listen to it, y'all. You can hear it. You can hear the popple crackling.
What? Child. Anyway, so
all you're gonna have to do is put all of your ingredients into this said blender, wave your magic little wand finger, and blend. And there you have it, everybody. The Dick Witch presents the magical manifestation mystical margarita. Let's give it a try and see how good it is for spooky season. Okay, wait. You want some? Okay, cheers. Ooh. Ooh, yum. If you make one, don't forget to show me. Don't be shy. We love to see it. You can either share it down in the Discord down below or make an Instagram story post and tag me in it so I can see it. And what is that? I have another surprise for you guys. 1 second. Be right back. Boop. Ooh. Look at that. This is an apple. But it's not. It's actually a cake that looks like an apple. And I did promise you guys that I would make a cake for 12,000 subscribers. Yay! We hit it, of course, yay! We're almost at 13 and your girl keeps forgetting. So I said, might as well treat myself, and look at how perfect and spooky season this is. I thought it looked exactly like the apple from Snow White that the evil queen like tempts her with to eat, which I always thought looked so bomb and so delicious.
That's suspicious.
So now here I am getting to try it and eat it myself. Look at that though, you guys. That's crazy. Alrighty, y'all, time to try. I think I'm just gonna try it right on here. Is that dumb? I don't think so. Weird. Ooh. like cream with like jello on the outside. Ooh. I definitely feel something hard inside, so let me see if I can't like it open. Oh, listen to that crunch. What the heck? Ooh, it's got white chocolate on the inside. Looks like cake and cream and some apples. I'm not gonna lie, that's weird as fuck.
Where's the flavor? Where's the flavor in this?
But anyways, yay! Happy 12K, you guys. Thank you so much for 12,000 subscribers. Definitely subscribe if you guys have been enjoying this so far. I've been having so much fun. Now let's go ahead and get right into the rest of it. Woo! What's this? I see you booking a personal reading with me in your future. Just go to 𝘓𝘓𝘐𝘕 on Etsy and book any reading that you want just with little old me. Check out our millions of 5-star reviews. And by millions, I mean 5. Check it out and book with me to get all of your life's questions answered today. See you later. Woo!
She's an icon,
Cementing her status
a legend,
one of music's biggest stars.
and she is the moment.
Yay! Happy Halloween, everybody! Oh, I'm so excited! I don't know if y'all can tell what one of my favorite holidays is, but it's definitely Halloween. I had so much fun putting together this entire production for you guys. It was a lot of work, it was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but honest to God, it was so worth it. And I'm just praying that you guys like this as much as I do. I had so much fun getting to make my own version of Midnight Margaritas with you guys, showing off Athena's body wash, which by the way, you guys, the perfume people behind the scents for Athena is made by the same people, the same master perfumers that made Glossier perfume and their scents and everything. So I really am obsessed with this brand. I love their clean ingredients. I love the scents. I just love everything about them. So I'm so grateful that I got to work with them for this and everything. So yes, you guys, thank you so much just for being here. If you watched all the way, let me know. If you watched the beginning, leave me like a little ghost down below so that way I know that you guys did watch the beginning and you enjoyed it and you made it this far. But if you skipped ahead, that's chill too. So today is gonna be a mystery reading. So you don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know what it's gonna be going into it, but we will just kind of figure it out as we go along. And I should be able to pick up pretty much right away what we're working with here today. So I'm very excited. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. But yes, let me know what you guys have been thinking about the Halloween special so far. If you guys are watching it during the premiere of it, say hey down in the chat right now. Let's see how many people we can see and are watching it together right now. I know it's a little bit weird for a pick a card to do it like this, but you never know. You might actually end up being drawn to all of the piles. So just kind of stay tuned, see what feels right to you. If you're watching this after the premiere, thank you again so much just for being here. I literally cannot express my gratitude enough. Like every single one of your comments, every single one of your subscriptions, your likes, your shares, whatever, literally helps add to my dream of becoming a YouTuber, which I've actually had this dream since I was 12. So it's been a work in progress, but I really do feel like it's coming true. And I just feel like it's with the support of all of you, and I would not be able to do these cool, incredible things if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much. Okay, last little tiny thing that I will say. Let me know what you're dressing as for Halloween down below. I really want to know what your costume is. I think it says a lot about somebody's personality whenever they tell me what they want to be for Halloween. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a great thing. I think it tells me what you're into, what you like. I knew somebody was dressing as like a sexy Pokemon. That's what they commented on like my community board. And I'm obsessed with that. I think that's so hot. I think it's so fun just to see this different whatever inside of people really come out and be shown. So I love it. If you're feeling up to it, you can post a little story of your costume and you can tag me in it because I'd love to see it. I'd love to maybe even compile them and like show you guys off like on next week's video. Just kind of if there are people that want to send me your costumes, because I think that's so cool, or post them in the Discord, whatever. But yes, I love it so much. Thank you guys so much once again just for supporting me, and let's go on ahead and get right into today's video because I am too excited. Woo! Alrighty, hello to those of you who chose pile number 1, the cold detached card, or this adorable little unicorn with only 3 legs. Sad, feel sad, feel sad. I'm kidding. This is gonna be your reading for your mystery reading. So let's go ahead and dive right in and see what this is gonna be about. But with the cold detached, I was kind of picking up on that feels a little bit like your energy right now. You might be feeling very just like down or disappointed or frustrated in your love life, in your career, in life in general. There just might have not been a lot of excitement happening. Yes, oh my God, exactly. But I feel like you guys are actually on the brink of receiving an incredible gift, because I was literally just watching this video that was about manifestation, and in it the lady was saying that, like, you know, it's usually like whenever we're at our most fearful, or whenever we, you know, are kind of losing it, you know, like whenever we are just kind of like feeling like we're at rock bottom pretty much, and there's no way else to go up from here, or I mean there's nowhere else to go but up from here. I think I said that correctly. But anyways, so I feel like there just could have been a lot of disappointment in your life, and you could be going through this phase right now where you're feeling a lot of fear, you're feeling a lot of anxiety about what's to come in the future, what's going to happen. You know, my life's feeling very stagnant. I don't know what's going to come next. And even could be your love life as well to you guys, especially with the cold detached. You could have come across a situationship, you know, a relationship, somebody that just made you really feel very detached from love. And like, I don't want to fall in love again because I'm only going to be disappointed, you know. But I feel like hang in there, because it's at those times in which we experience a lot of fear, a lot of emotion, a lot of stagnancy, that something is brewing. And I literally just got chills as I was talking about that, because I feel like spirit guides are really putting together something incredible for you on the other side. And it has to deal with a divine plan. It has to deal with the entire scope of your life. So if you've been feeling stagnant, hang in there, because something incredible is about to come. And that is always what the Four of Cups talks about. It's about, you know, being disappointed in the options that you currently have around you, whether that be in love, in career, in life, in friendship, and then being blessed with a true gift from the divine. And I do feel like, you know, there is a lot of blessing around you, yeah, but you've been patient, okay? You have been waiting for this to come about. You've been waiting maybe for a big romance, for a big shift in your career, for just something to really ignite the spark in your life again. And with the Four of Wands here, something that really drives your soul. You might have even just been looking for a soul mate, somebody to actually spend the rest of your life with, and feeling like the options that you have around you currently are not really soulmate material. So I totally understand that, and I really do feel like, especially with the Knight of Coins, this has been years in the making, they're telling me. It's not even just like a month process. It's been years in the making, in the coming, in the, I don't know why, but they said in the foretelling. So maybe you guys have even been seeing a little bit in your intuition glimpses of this beautiful new life. You know, and that's another thing about manifestation, right? You guys, if you can see it, if you have this desire for it, it exists for a reason. It is purposeful, you know, like there is a reason why you're feeling like this. And yeah, you might feel like there's too much competition in the space. You might feel like, like in the dating world, you might feel like there's too many fish in the sea, or like in the job world, it's like the job that I want to go for, there's too much competition around it. And so why should I go for it, you know? But what I was thinking about that is I've always asked this question to everybody that I've ever come across in my life. And I used to work with a lot of students. I think
you know, it was me a part of a team, but I helped oversee over 200 students. And so this is a question that I would ask everybody. And it would always be, if you could do anything with your life and make money, what would it be? And it was a very simple question. And I kid you guys not, every single time I had a different answer. But it always ended up in, but, you know, there's too many people in the space, or but there's not enough money in it, or but this, but that, right? But the thing is that every single time I heard something different from every single person. And so you might think that there's a lot of, you know, competition in the space. There's a lot of people trying to go for that job. But the reality is those people are not you. And I feel like if you have that soul calling, if you have that thing that you just want to go after, but for whatever reason you keep talking yourself out of it, stop and just fucking go after it. Here's the other thing though, don't tell other people that you're working on this, right? Make moves in silence. I was just watching like a video too on like the School of Hard Knocks. I'm love-hate relationship with that guy. I feel like, you know, we differ politically, but I feel as though his channel does have a lot of good advice. And there was one lady on there that he was interviewing, and she said that her main emphasis for her business was eyebrows, right? She was the creator of Anastasia Beverly Hills. And a lot of you guys might hear that name and actually know that name because of the eyebrow trend that happened. Yes, she was the pioneer of that eyebrow trend. And when she first started that company, everybody told her, this is not realistic. You are literally just going into eyebrows. What are you doing? You are your sole investor. What are you doing? You know, she was a woman. She came from a completely different country to America, did not speak, I should say to the United States, did not speak English and had to learn English, had to learn how to grow a business because she came from a communist society over to United States, which is a capitalist society. So basically all of the odds were against her, and literally even her family members kept telling her that and kept telling her that. But she just had this passion for eyebrows. And lo and behold, one day her daughter told her, she said, you know what, why don't we try out Instagram? Boom, that was it. They went viral, and she ended up selling her company for, guess what? $3 billion. And because she was the sole investor, she got all of that money. And so, and I'm literally getting chills, and I hope that you guys are too, because I just feel this so strongly that, like, if you are called to do something, if you are passionate about something, you need to go after that thing, even if you've run into obstacles, even if you've been, you know, talked down to, because that's everybody's story. Every great hero has come across some kind of person or place or thing that has been trying to tear them down, that is literally trying to tell them, no, that's not realistic. That's literally trying to, you know, talk them out of it. And a lot of the time it's family, and a lot of the time it's just because they want to protect us. It's their own version of protection. It's nothing that they've ever seen before. But my last piece of advice would be, stop taking advice from the people that aren't in the places where you actually want to end up. So you might feel as though there's a lot of competition in the space, you guys, but there's really not, especially if you feel called to it, especially if you feel that passion, that burning desire to go after it. You must. You simply just must. And, you know, I totally just feel like this has totally ended up being a career reading. At first I was like, you know, this could go down the direction of love, which I do feel like a lot of the time, you know, there's a lot of people that might still be feeling very dissatisfied with their love life, and you might be feeling like there's too much competition out there, but it's just a matter of continuing to go into the space and put yourself out there, because you never know what's going to happen to you. You never know what you're going to find. Yeah, and the other thing that they're bringing up into my head too is like, you know, I did a simple promotion for this vintage shop, Chain Vintage. I love it. He's located in my hometown, and he was like, why don't you and your friend, my friend Maddie, come and promote this what is it? Shopping. It's like a personal shopping spree. There we go. Personal shopping spree. You guys will get free champagne. I just want to do like a photo shoot with you guys, you know, etc., etc. So I brought my camera. I ended up shooting some promo for him, doing that, put it out there on Instagram. Did great, did wonderful. Like literally, I kid you guys not, a week later, Young Gravy was touring in our tiny ass fucking small town. Like, I kid you guys not, this town is so tiny. It's in the middle of Iowa. It's in the middle of nowhere, to be honest. And Young Gravy ended up reaching out to him and wanting to have a personal shopping spree because he saw that that was something that was available and because we literally promoted it a week ago. So the moral of the story is you never know when you might be discovered, and just staying open to that is literally all that you need. So like a celebrity, right? Yeah, and here we go. Yeah, which I'll get into that. But like a celebrity could stumble upon your Instagram's page, you know, on your website. A big influencer, a big name in your field could stumble upon your LinkedIn profile and end up headhunting you. So it's just like staying open to any and every possibility when it comes to your career is going to be incredibly beneficial. Yeah, and the other aspect of it that they want me to bring up, because there is this period of stagnancy that I keep feeling pulled back to, right? Because especially when you're in times like this, you're like, where is this cup? Where is this cup? Bring this cup to me, right? Like, I don't want to be in the stagnancy anymore, please, spirit guides. But I feel like in the stagnancy, you're actually supposed to be taught something, right? And that's to relax. Okay, it's time for you to relax. It's time for you to remember that you don't always have to be working in order to get something handed to you, in order to get a handout. Sometimes all it takes is literally you putting that intention and specifically asking your spirit guides for this thing. Hey, spirit guides, you know, can you bring me a scouting agent? Hey, spirit guides, can you bring me a million subscribers? You know, it's like whatever it is, you just have to be intentional and you have to put it out there into the world, and then bing, bang, boom, you're gonna get it. But again, I just feel like, yeah, exactly. Period of frustration, lessons to be learned. You might be frustrated right now. You might be thinking about like, woe is me. Why is everybody around me getting married and I'm not? Why is, you know, everybody else getting a job around me, seemingly successful in their career, and I can't even figure out what I want to do? You know, it's like this period of frustration is meant to teach you something. It's meant to teach you that staying in this old energy, in that old space, in that old person that, you know, doesn't think that there's enough room for you, has been working on this for years. Like, staying in that space is only going to keep increasing whatever it is that you're putting out there, you know? So it's like the more that you can kind of learn your lessons and realize, wow, okay, this stagnancy is really meant to be a glow up period for me. It's meant for me to go into this new industry full fucking force, but I have to be the person that I see in my head getting that thing, right? I have to be dressed for it. I have to be groomed for it. I have to be personality-ified for it. You know, like there's just certain things that you have to learn in order to get to this next level. Yeah, stepping into a new experience. Exactly. I feel like you guys are calling in this new experience here, this new job, this new event, this new place, this new person, right? And in order to do that, like you have to continue to do that glow up and do that work, because it's coming in here hot. But you know, you got to get your vessel ready. Do something risky, taking a chance. Yes, again, you have to be the one that ends up taking that risk, taking that chance, getting into that new career, you know, going out there and dating, even though you feel frustrated from previous connections, even though you feel like, you know, whatever it is that you're feeling is totally valid. It is. But there also has to be a certain point in which you kind of pull yourself out of that and you say, okay, that might have been my reality, but that's not going to continue to be my reality. And it's time for me to glow the fuck up, because yes, you're getting ready for something incredible here. Yeah, family matters. Yeah, so again, it could have been your family just telling you, you know, this job that you want to go after is not realistic. This thing that you want to do is not realistic. You have to get married right now. You have to get married right, you know? And it's like, everything is just so forced. Don't listen to those people. Listen to your own heart and your own soul and what your own soul is telling you to do. Yes, because you're coming into a period of great fortune, good luck. So, you know, this wind of fortune is not just affecting you in a few days and a few months. No, it is affecting you literally right now as you're watching this video. And the more that you can embrace this lucky energy and just go after life, the better that life is going to be, and the luckier that you're going to feel, and the more luck that you are going to attract. So just keep, you know, feeling lucky. Yeah, use your intuition, which I totally brought up. Your intuition at the beginning of this, because I feel like, yeah, to make beneficial changes, right? And so if you guys want to start making beneficial changes, you have to start using your intuition to do so. So again, what does that person that is working that career that you want, what does that version of you look like? What does that version of you sound like? How does that version of you present yourself? You know, who does that version of you hang around? That's a really important thing too, because whoever is around you, that's who's going to be affecting your career the most. So if you're around a lot of rich people, that's what you're going to get, versus if you're around a lot of people who are broke, sitting on their fucking asses at home, or working, you know, not to diss 9 to 5s, but especially with, like, if you want to go down a different path, you know, you can't be hanging around people that have taken the conventional route, because it's not going to inspire you. It's not going to help you to think differently. It's not going to, like, you know, like, there's a lot of different challenges that you're going to face going into this. And the more, you know, yeah, like, aware, and the more people that you can kind of come across that are already on that path, the more that you are going to get on that path at an accelerated rate and at a much faster rate. Yeah, so we have spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Yes, because I really do feel like you're coming into this awareness, you're coming into this understanding that, okay, you know, if I do really want to go after this thing, right? If I do really want to become a doctor, I have to start studying now, right? Like, I have to start embracing that life, embracing that culture now. Because if I just keep waiting until I am the doctor to start acting as if the doctor, that's when you feel a lot of imposter syndrome, you know? Because you feel like you're not well suited for it. But if you already start getting ahead and focusing on what you can control about your personality, what you can control about how you feel on the inside, and maintaining that inner deep peace and knowing that this is what I came here to do, this is what I'm meant to do, with just that deep certainty in your gut and in your soul, and even in your ego brain, you know, like, you just keep repeating it so much that eventually it goes into your ego, and it's like, okay, yeah, you know what, you are meant for this. And it might have taken years to come to you, there might be a lot of competition, but you have the passion, you have taken the time to rest, do the work, figure out what it is that you need to do, who you need to be in order to get to this next level. And then guess what? Boom, it's like breathing, that next level is already there. Yeah, it's like filling your time with acting as if that person already, so that way when you actually are that person, it doesn't feel any fucking different. It's like the same thing. So yeah, just keep that in the back of your mind. Like, go after your goals, yes, but show up as that person. You know, if you want to be a doctor, start dressing like a doctor every single day. Don't just get out of your bed and get into sweatsuits or sweatpants and sweatshirt and, you know, messy hair. No, get out of bed, take a shower, take care of yourself, you know, and dress in nicer, business casual wear. Even if you don't already have that job, start acting like it. Start talking like that person. You know, whenever I think of doctors, I think of such an extensive vocabulary. And so start creating more of that beautiful, extensive vocabulary, you know, I'm trying to think of like how I can explain that, because I'm like catching myself, and I'm trying to make everything super easy, super digestible for everybody, because I understand what it's like just to have like missing wires in my brain, where it's like I just can't figure out things seemingly as easy as other people can. Like I need a lot of really in-depth explanation. So that's why I always try to be super in-depth and explain everything just to make it as easy as possible. But yeah, like just having a diverse vocabulary. So a large vocabulary, a lot of words that sound professional, that seem professional, doing more of that, learning the jargon of the field that you want to enter into. So if that be science, you want to learn the jargon of the science field. If that be business, you want to learn the jargon of the business world. If that be acting, you know, being in that space, you want to learn the jargon of the acting world. Yeah, and so just like being in that person, you are already that person, it will bring it in so much faster. Yeah, being like the wife energy too, which is kind of what they're telling me, just to kind of wrap this up on, because I know that some people out there, you know, their ultimate goal from this, the disappointment that they've been facing, has been in their love life, and they want to meet that spouse, you know. So the more that you can act as if you already have a spouse, right? Like you're cleaning the house for yourself. You are making the meals for yourself, and making a big enough meal for 2 people, even if you are saving half of it for yourself now. It's just like prepping you for when you have a partner, you know, just kind of doing little stuff like that, taking yourself out on dates, you know, celebrating your own anniversary, which is your birthday, and just kind of like playing with it, having fun with it. Manifestation does not have to be so serious. It does not have to be, you must do this to get these results. No, fuck that. Have fun with it, play with it, be imaginative, imagine your life as if you are already that person, and then show up as them. Like how we used to play dress up as kids, you know? Like, and we would dress up as doctors, as, you know, whatever. Start doing that, because the more that you can do that, the more that you are already going to be in that energy, and the more that you are going to bring that job, that person, that whatever in for you, like that, with the snap of a freaking finger. So thank you guys so much for watching my beautiful pile number 2. This mystery reading ended up being quite career focused, quite, I would say, life focused, because I do feel like this is a lifestyle, you know, like our purpose is not just getting a partner. It's not just getting a good job. It's about how we can make an impact in other people's lives for generations to come. So the more that you can think like that, and less like, oh, I'm doing this thing so I can get this result for me, and more like, oh, I'm doing these things so that way I can get these results for us, the collective, the community, the world, the better. And I feel like that's how your dreams, your desires start flooding in so fast. So yes, my gorgeous pile number 1, happiest of Halloweens. I'm praying that this provides some clarity, and I will see you very, very soon, okay? Yay! Alrighty, hello to those of you who chose pile number 2, the Comfort Warmth card. This is going to be your mystery reading for today, so very excited to see what this is all about. But especially with the Comfort and Warmth card, I really feel like you're such a kind-hearted and great individual. Yeah, this could kind of cause you to put a lot of other people's problems onto yourself and onto your plate, because I feel like, you know, you are the type of person that's so kind-hearted, so caring. You want to make sure that everybody else is taken care of before yourself. And I feel like why this mystery reading is coming here today is because part of you could feel like maybe you're being a little bit taken advantage of, whether that be in a workspace where you're getting all of the extra work, whether that be in a friendship where it feels like they don't have your best intentions at heart. Whatever it is, it just feels like part of you feels like you're being taken advantage of. And I do feel like, especially for this pile, you're so sweet, you're so kind. It's time for you to start taking some stuff just for yourself and not feeling so bad about it. You know, like taking those job opportunities. To be honest, it's taking it away from somebody else, yes, but it's giving it to somebody like you who truly does deserve it and who does really look into the future. So let's get a little bit more information here before I just keep yapping. Yeah, I feel like you're destined for really big money in this lifetime. You're destined to make a lot of money, and you can't do that without stepping on other people's toes, whether that be intentionally or not. And for you guys, you know, it might not be intentional, but in order to get ahead, there are going to have to be some other people that, you know, don't get the job and that don't get ahead, but you have to remember that you are there for a reason and that you do deserve these amazing things to happen to you just as much as other people. And, you know, yeah, they're saying this quote in my mind. It's kind of hard. It's very faint. Can we amp it up a little bit, please, spirit guides? What is it? It's like, it'll come back to me. But it was something, yeah, it's like, you know, you're going to make people mad in the process, and yeah, okay, thank you so much, spirit guides. You're never going to make everybody happy. You're never going to please everybody. There's always going to be somebody, even if you're a fucking saint, dude, there's always going to be somebody that hates on you, that hates you, that doesn't think that you deserve it, that for whatever reason. And it's, you know, there's also going to be people that clearly believe in you and that talk you up and that want the best for you forever. But I will always live by this saying, and I want this pile in particular to take this saying with you wherever you go. People are always going to love and hate you in anything that you do, anywhere that you go, and especially when you're starting to make waves in your industry, people are going to hate you. And like, think about it this way, right? It's like, I think 𝘓𝘐𝘕𝘒𝘚 was the one that said that. And, you know, he was talking about being a celebrity, being out there, being gay, you know, being a man. There's always going to be people that hate him, literally just for being gay or just for being a man or just for being more famous than them, you know, but that doesn't mean that their opinions are valid. That doesn't mean that you should let that affect you, because if anything, it means that you're doing it right? If you're pissing people off, you know, like there's got to be a major polarity there, right? Like if you're pissing people off, but you're empowering other people, you're making other people happy, but you're making other people mad, that is when you know that you're doing it correctly. Because if you're just, you know, always a fence person, if you're always, you know, not wanting to step on other people's toes, not wanting to, you know, hurt other people by having a very opinionated opinion. You know, if you're always that person that's just kind of gliding in the middle, right? You're not going to be as respected. And if anything, you're always going to be even more judged because of your lack of opinion. So it's better for you to pick a fucking side and just go at it than it is to kind of dilly-dally, I don't know, you know, I might be this, I might, no. You know who the fuck you are. You know what you came here to offer. You know that you came to this planet Earth with a purpose, with a reason, and you know that you are going to get that mission accomplished by the time that you're gone and beyond. And so it's about damn time that you stop listening to other people's burdening opinions, the people that leave you out in the cold, the friends that leave you behind, the partners that leave you behind, the jobs that leave you behind, and you start letting that empower you and recognizing that you also have that decision. You know, you also do make those judgments on other people, whether you like it or not, Yeah, and they're itching my nose right now to tell you that people are gonna fucking talk about you, but that is good. That's what you want. You want people talking about you, you know, whether that be good or bad, again, because think of it, like Taylor freaking Swift, Ariana Grande, Beyonce, these women are powerhouses. But you know what? People either really love them or they really hate them. And I feel like there's an in-between, yes, but you have to realize that that is your power, you know, coming into this world, being this star, being this celebrity of your own life, you know, whatever that be in your own field. You are going to have people that love and hate you. You're going to have people that judge you. You're going to have people that will stare you down. You're going to have people that tell you that you're wrong, tell you that, this, and the next. But you have to remember that that is an indicator that you are doing it right. Because if you're not making people mad, if you're not making people happy, what are you fucking doing? Yeah, and it's something that I've really had to come to terms with, especially being so out there and so open on the internet. I'm literally every single day, you guys, like, I am scrutinized for something that I do, right? Like, I posted pictures of myself when I was like fucking plastered, right? Titties out to the max, looking like a goddess, feeling myself, posting these pics. And then sure enough, somebody commented and they said, hey, you should not be doing this because it's disrespectful to your boyfriend. And, you know, if me was still in the weak-minded mindset that I was, I could have taken that and I could have been like, oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't be posting this shit. Like, I'm laughing now, but it's so true. Like, me and my old mind probably would have taken that post down, probably would have, you know, recoiled, went back into my shell, went back into myself. When in reality, I used it as an empowering moment. Like, it does not matter how it reflects on my boyfriend because it has nothing to fucking do with him. It has everything to do with me, baddie. Yes. And so you know what I did? I not only kept that post up, but I actually screenshotted that comment and put it over my picture on my Instagram story with the sound from Kim Petras, which is Treat Me Like a Slut, because it's like, boom, I'll shoot it right back at you. You can fucking treat me like a whore, you can call me all the fucking names you want, you know, you can think whatever the fuck you want about me, because I know who the fuck I am. And that's the energy that I want you all to take with me today, because you can be sweet, you can be kind, you can be caring, and you are, oh my gosh, the most baby bunny kind of energy that I've ever met in my life, right? Like, this, if you're drawn to this pile, you are fucking adorable, okay? You're so cute, you're so kind, you're so comforting. You're probably the therapist of the world. A lot of people come to you with their problems to get their problems resolved. And, you know, like, yeah, you can be nice all you fucking want, but at the end of the day, you're here to be a bad bitch, okay? Like, especially if you're drawn to my channel, you're here to be a bad bitch. You're here to leave your mark on this world. And you do not do that by staying on the fence, right? You don't do that by being neutral. No, you do that by having powerful opinions, by talking to powerful people, by getting into powerful spaces. And you can't do that by just gliding in the neutral, being in the neutral, right? You gotta make people mad. And like, I don't know why I keep saying that to this group, but I really do feel like this is the type of group that, you know, like, you don't like to step on other people's toes. You don't like to get people upset. You don't like to, you know, have people mad at you. You don't like to, you know, and I get that 110,000%. I was that energy. But stepping into this space where you are about to make a lot of fucking money, you're gonna have to get okay with making people upset, okay? Whew. Yeah, and you can't carry those burdens with you because that's not your energy to carry. And especially if you're drawn to this pile, you're an empath, right? So you probably for the entirety of your life have always carried other people's emotions as your own, have always felt other people's emotions as your own. And so you are the most susceptible to feeling other people's feelings, you know, like you don't want to disappoint your parents because you can actually feel that disappointment. It's not just like, you know, oh, my parents are disappointed. It's like, no, like, I actually genuinely feel that to my core. And I feel like this pile, again, you just have to get okay with pissing people off sometimes because you are an inherently good person. That's what I want you to remember, this pile number 2, because, you know, you are an inherently good person. You do not put yourself out there for malicious intent. You do not do that to make other people sad, to make other people mad, you know. And by saying make other people mad, I'm not saying get out there and just fucking shit on everybody, you know, and like, and make everybody upset to the gods. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that you are such a good person that you have to get okay with making other people mad occasionally, okay? Because everybody that's getting pressed about you, everybody in their right mind is gonna see those other people getting pressed, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck are you pressed about? This person is gold. Their heart, their soul, their mind, their intentions, the way that they choose to live their life, they are a gold individual. They are so good-hearted, they're kind, they're generous, they're empathetic, they're willing to hear me the fuck out, bitch. Nobody else is kind of like that, you know, especially nowadays. There's a lot of people who are very self-inflicted, but you are the opposite of that. Like, you're the opposite of that. And so, like, that's why I feel like I'm here today to tell you that, like, other people have left you out in the cold. Yes, that's their fucking problem, right? You are a bad bitch. You are here to make a difference on this planet, and you can't do that by gliding neutral. So it's time to get passionate, because you're on this path towards making a lot of money. And again, you're not going to be able to do that by not pissing other people off, you know. And I'm gonna turn off my heater because I'm a little hot. I'm wearing a sweater and got my heater going. It's a little too much for me. Yes, something important such as a new job or a raise. It's like, exactly, you're getting your bag. And there's gonna be people that get pissed just because you're getting rich. Like, I've seen so many comments, so many people were hyping Sabrina Carpenter up when she first got famous, and they were loving her. And then there's this crazy switch in dynamic where a bunch of people suddenly feel threatened by her because she's beautiful, because she's successful, because she's smart, because she's sexually charged, right? Especially women who are sexually fucking charged. Those are the people that get, you know, shit on the most. And it's because we're empowered, we're powerful. We're more powerful because we're comfortable with our bodies, with ourselves, with our sexuality, with having my fucking tits out, right? Like, I'm comfortable with myself. And it's those other people that aren't comfortable with it that really shine in those moments, right? And so I just saw that change of people really loving Sabrina Carpenter to people really hating her because she's successful, because she's a woman, and because she's a badass sexually charged woman. So keeping all that in mind, with your own, you know, narrative, with your own story, with your own plot that you are going on, this path that you're going on, you're gonna find a lot of people that, you know, might be lifting you up at the beginning of your mission, at the beginning of your purpose, and then towards the middle, a bunch of fuckers will fall off. I keep swearing a bunch in this reading. I don't know why. I don't know whose energy is taking over me today, but I've been pretty good about keeping down the cursing, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, okay, girl. But there's always going to be people that, you know, in the middle of your path will start to fall off because they see you getting successful, they see you getting the bag, and they start comparing you to them. And that's when it gets really toxic. So you're gonna see a lot of people fall off, and that's where the saying comes through, it's lonely at the top, because a lot of these people will fall off. And then, you know, it gets lonelier at the top because you don't have as many people around your circle, but then you start to find your people again who like this new version of you. Yeah, because a lot of those old people from your past are used to this old version of you, right? That's outdated, and you're growing fast, you're getting your bag, you're about to come into a lot of money. Don't forget about me when you do come tip, girl. No, I'm kidding. but you know what I'm saying? Like, you're about to come into a lot of success, yeah. And you should accept valid criticism is here too. So always be open to other people's criticisms, and especially because you have that beautiful heart and that beautiful soul, you might be a little bit of a perfectionist energy. So you might find that when other people critique you, it ends up actually hurting you because you've already critiqued yourself to the gods, you know? So just always keep that in mind. And yeah, they're really having me emphasize the valid aspect of criticism. Because again, when you start making money, when you start coming into the success, you're gonna hear the criticism left and right, but it's up to you to decide which aspect of it is valid and constructive versus which aspect of it is completely invalid and is based out of insecurity. Because again, and I'll keep using this example because you know what, you put your opinions out there, I gotta use them as a learning, as a teaching tool. So again, that person that was commenting on me, on my account saying, you know, you have a boyfriend, you should have more respect for him. That is an insecurity within themselves that they need to address. That has nothing to do with me. Versus if somebody is coming to my channel and they're like, hey, Dickwitch, you know, I really like this music, but it was way too fucking loud. I can't even hear what you were saying, right? Or somebody that like, it's that valid criticism. It makes sense. It's accurate, you know, like versus something that's stemmed from insecurity, insincerity. It's out of their own judgment. It has nothing to do with me and everything to do with them. Does that make sense? Is that making sense to you guys? So that way when you're going about, you know, having all of this criticism thrown at you, because guaranteed you're going to, because again, you're going down a path here where you're going to come into a lot of financial success, and with, you know, the saying goes, more money, more problems. With a lot of financial success comes a lot more problems, and comes a lot more criticism and people trying to tell you how you should use your money. And, you know, so the more that you can just kind of know yourself inside and out, remember who the fuck you are, remember what you came here to this planet to do, which is make a difference, the more that you will, you know, kind of learn to ignore the bad shit. To be honest, just turn a blind eye to it. Because you think about like Rihanna. I was literally just looking at her and A$AP Rocky, which I love them together as a couple. Oh my God, they're probably one of my favorite celebrity couples, to be honest. And psychically, you know, I pick up a different energy off of that celebrity couple versus like any other celebrity couple, because a lot of the time it's just for the clout, right? It's never for romance. Whereas with them, I just feel that romance vibe, right? Which is interesting because we also have romances in the air here. Secret admirer and a distant friend is thinking about you. Ooh, so yeah, so I totally feel like this pal in particular, you could have been left out in the cold by somebody from your past. Or I even feel like, because we do have a distant friend, so that makes me think that it's somebody that you knew from your past. You know, somebody that could be kind of like a secret admirer to you, but it feels like there's a lot of romance in the air there as well. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. I feel like there is somebody here. Let me see if I can get any more messages about that. But I feel like the first half of this reading was really focused on you and your career, right? Because I feel like there's a lot of lessons that had to be learned when it comes to criticism and what you should accept or not. But okay, sorry, going back to Rihanna, right? You just think like, somebody that gorgeous, that successful, that incredible, right? Like, who could criticize that, right? Like, how could you get on there and hate on somebody as spectacular and as magnificent as Rihanna, as Taylor Swift, as Sabrina Carpenter, as Ariana, as literally so many of those powerhouses, so many of those incredible women? It's like, how could you bring it in yourself to write a hate comment, you know? Like, Ariana even had to turn off her comments because she was getting so many hate comments, and those hate comments were getting comments from her supporters trying to support her, but then it would boost the hate comments, and then that's all that she would see, you know? So it's just like this messy act of like, you have to recognize who you are, group number 2, as a person, because you are fucking incredible. And anybody that wants to tell you otherwise is wrong, okay? They are completely saying that out of their own insecurity. Now again, going back to valid criticism, if it genuinely is going to help you grow as a person, like, you know, I've been watching so much. I talked about this in my last reading, but I've been watching so much of Dine With Me. It's like this British television show. It's on YouTube right now because I think somebody like bootleg uploaded it. But it's so good. And in it, there was this guy that was so obnoxious, and they literally sat him down and they were like, why are you being like this? Like, you come off so confident and like to the point where it's obnoxious, you know? And he's like, I'm actually the most insecure person you probably have ever met. I just try to come off very confident, you know, cocky. And they were like, stop doing that, because like your insecure, beautiful self is actually 10,000 times better than this like person that you're pretending and trying to be, you know? So in that sense, it was valid criticism. And from there, he ended up winning the competition because he changed his ways. And so that's kind of what I'm getting at, is that like sometimes, yes, there's very good criticism that can help us grow as a person, can help us move into that next space. But number one, where is it coming from? And number two, what is the intention that it's coming to me with? Because again, if it's coming out of that other person's insecurity, I'm not gonna fucking listen to it, okay? Because it's worthless to me. It doesn't mean anything, to be honest. Yeah, it's time to act for this pile. So it's time to act like that lion self. I feel like you're coming into a lot of really good luck, a lot of prosperity here. Yeah, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Yeah, pay attention to your finances and financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. So again, like I said, more money, more problems. So the more that you can kind of know what you're going to do with this money when you get it, the better prepared you will be, and the more likely that spirit guides will bring it to you faster, right? So the more that you can kind of work on, okay, I know who I am. I know what I've came here to do. Here's where I'm going to put my money, and I'm literally not going to listen to anybody that tries to tell me otherwise. Yeah, because again, you're going to have a lot of people that will be coming to you for handouts, for, you know, just for everything. And the more prepared that you can be, the more strategically aligned that you can be with where your finances are going to be going. Because again, pile number two, you are coming into a lot of money here. You are going to have to know what to do with it. So start researching, you guys, start getting out there. If I had to give just a jumping off point, I would say investing in stocks. That is a great place to put your money. I literally just started doing it this year, and I am shocked. I am shocked at how well it's doing, and I'm shocked at the fact that I haven't done this earlier. So I'm trying to put everybody into the stock market because I think it's badass. And yeah, so that would be my jumping off point, getting a financial advisor, especially if you do have a good portion of money saved up, say like 5K. A lot of them only need 5K to start. So get that financial advisor now, get going, and I wish you the best of luck, pile number two. Seems like you got a little romance blossom in here. Maybe we'll see that in other piles. So definitely click around where you can. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching my Halloween special. It really does mean the world to me. I really appreciate it. And I will see you very, very soon, okay? Goodbye. Yay! Alrighty, hello to those of you who chose pile number 3. If you chose the high fashion glamour card, this is going to be your mystery reading today. But geez Louise, these have been all kind of about personal, intentional glow ups. So I'll be kind of excited to see what this pile is about today. But with high fashion and glamour, y'all probably are very well dressed. You probably really do care about the way that you look. You probably do care about, you know, dressing nicely, looking good. So let's see what's coming in here for you all today. Okay, this is interesting. Let me complete the deck before I talk about what I'm about to talk about. Because the other ones were not love-centric, but this one feels like it's a little bit love-centered. Let me see. Yeah, so I really do feel like, because Secret Admirer was kind of coming into the last pile, and so I felt like that was kind of what's coming on here, but I do feel like this pile in particular could have a secret admirer, okay? Somebody around you that really likes you, that really likes the way that you work, the way that you carry yourself. But especially with the Devil card energy and the Nine of Swords and the Page of Swords, I can't help but think that this is probably somebody from your past, especially because it's giving the indecisive energy. It's giving the I'm staying up late at night because I don't know if I made the right decision energy. It's giving the Devil energy. So it's giving, you know, temptation, situationship, relationship that, you know, just didn't really fully work out. But the reason why I'm bringing it up here today is because we have the Ace of Cups here. So I feel like this person could be confessing their love. To be honest, there could be a love confession coming in here. There could be a reaching out. I feel like this person could be coming back into your life or making a big swing back in. But I'm getting that, like, the way that you guys are kind of seeing your future, I don't know if you necessarily see this person with you in your future, to be honest. But this person is hardcore manifesting you behind the scenes, especially with the Magician here. They see that you are looking good. They see that you have been working on yourself. And again, that's what's bringing me back to the Nine of Swords, making me think like, oh my gosh, I'm staying up late at night thinking about, did I make the right choice? You know, because a lot of the time with situationships, it's like they didn't commit. You know, they had other options. There could have been third-party involvement. Like, it's just a lot of like kind of messier situations. And that's why I'm getting like this person, even though they might be manifesting you back into their life, I don't know if you're necessarily manifesting them, because I kind of see and feel this vibe of I can do better, especially with looking at this Two of Wands energy, where this person is looking into the future with a wand and having another wand in the back of them. It's almost as if like they say something that ends up giving you the ick that allows you to kind of like move on, you know. But especially with this Magician energy here, they are hardcore manifesting you. You might even be dreaming about them, seeing signs about them, especially with these two cards paired together. It's like, I'm thinking about you so much, and I'm thinking about you during the day, I'm thinking about you during the night, I'm waking up during the night and thinking about you. And so that to me would tell me that like they're gonna end up showing up in your dreams pretty heavily, or you'll see symbolism as in their name, their initials, a song that makes you think about them just constantly. And it's almost like driving you guys a little bit crazy. But they're definitely a major secret admirer of you. They have a lot of love for you. I feel like there was a lot of things that they had to work through, especially with the Devil energy here. They could still be influenced by the Devil energy as well. And on top of that, with the Ten of Wands and the Page of Swords, it's giving you did all the work kind of energy, where you were the one that was putting in the effort, texting, you know, trying to call them, trying to go on dates with them, trying to, you know, whatever. It just felt like you were the one that was putting in the effort. Wow, yeah, and they're also telling me that the secret admirer could be a friend from your past as well. So it doesn't necessarily have to resonate as a situationship, as a relationship from the past, an ex energy. It could also be an ex-friend energy as well, because they're still loving that, oh my gosh, throat chakra, whoa. Oh, because they're still loving that. But especially with the Ace of Cups here, it's hard to deny, you know, that this is a love reading. So yeah, and it's very interesting because it's like, I feel like they might see a future with you, but I don't know if you still see a future with them. I'm hearing it would take a lot for you to prove yourself to me that you actually want something real this time, you know? Like that's the kind of energy that it's giving, because again, this person was indecisive. They could not decide whether or not they wanted this connection, so they chose no, and now it's like they're stuck in this energy of, I don't know if I made that right choice. And a lot of the time when you're stuck in that energy, it's a no. You know, it's like, no, you probably made the wrong choice, you know? But especially for my beauties that I attract to this channel, whenever I stalk you guys' accounts, and I do, trust me, y'all are so fucking stunning, you're beautiful, and it just hurts my heart to think that this is the kind of situation that you guys attracted, you know, because that, again, that was me in the past. I'm not just saying you, right? But it's just like you're funny, you're fun, you're spontaneous, you're beautiful, you're ravishing, you're radiant, right? You're glowing, you're a goddess, God. You are meant for bigger things. And I don't know if at this point in your life, if this person still can give you those big things that you so dream about, you know? But again, it's not up to me to decide, and I get yelled at all the time for putting my opinion, putting my opinion in there. Okay, but we do have announcement. So again, yeah, and love, deep affection and caring. So again, I do feel like this person is going to be reaching out to you, making some kind of announcement here that they have a lot of love and deep affection and caring for you that I feel like goes way beyond the surface level. Yeah, they're showing me that what they've been giving you is like 1/10 of the amount that they actually feel in their heart and in their soul for you. Yeah, and so it's like, if they're giving you like no dates, no text backs, you know, like none of that shit. Again, that's where I get torn, because I don't want to give you guys advice, but like, if I were to say anything, it would be that you could do better. Okay, but I won't. Because we also do have great good fortune. Yeah, and again, just be cautious, because you guys are up right now. You're glowing, you're looking good. I feel like you stepped into this new era and it's really showing. And I feel like this person is picking up on that. Even if it's like you haven't really been posting to your socials, maybe you have and you've been really showing it off. But even if you haven't, it's like a change in your energy that this person can feel. You definitely quantum leaped, you know, like to a new timeline. And I feel like it was kind of away from this person. And yeah, okay, it's kind of a funny example, but they're showing me from Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging, one of my favorite movies of all time. I love that movie. The rubber band theory, where it's like you pull back your energy and suddenly this person just snaps. And they need that energy back, right? They need that glow, that gleam in their life, because again, you guys are radiant. So just be cautious. Always, you know, have that saying from Marilyn Monroe in the back of your mind, where if you can't love me at my worst, you sure as hell don't deserve me at my best. Because again, I'm getting that, like, if this person has left all of, oops, sorry, y'all, whoa, all of the struggle, all of the burden, all of the texting, all of the date planning to you, is that really a person that you want to end up with, right? Because, like, to be honest with you guys, that was me when I was in situationship energy. I was like, yes, yes, give that to me, yes. And I just saw 911 on the clock. So again, I feel like this person's gonna be reaching out to you. But again, going back to, like, you know, is that really what you want? If you were to ask that to me now, fuck no, absolutely not. If you want me, bitch, you have to ask me out, okay? You have to text me 24/7. You gotta double text my ass if you want me, okay? Because I'm not gonna be the person that's carrying the conversation, that is trying so hard, that's trying, period. Because I felt like the entirety of, you know, my experience with situationships, like, I was the one that was trying and trying and trying. And the second that I just sort of let go and I let it flow, boom, it's like everybody kept making their way back around. And I'm like, get the fuck away from me, you know? But let's see what we got here. Yeah, this is definitely a love pile, because we got love as confirmation. We got the heart here, love, deep affection, caring. We got the boot here. So increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. And again, I feel like spirit guides are saying that not to you, but to this person, right? Maybe to you from the latter half of it, to learn more of the new energy that I'm in, right? Which I'm going to have a video coming out all about, breaking that down, how to find your Prince Charming, your Princess Charming, your person. So I feel like that would be on your end. What you need to be doing is more of in the sitting back and allowing the suitors to come to you energy, whereas this person needs to increase their efforts if they want to get with you. So that means they have to be texting you and showing you that they have actively changed as a person, that they are actually wanting to, you know, respond 24/7. They're wanting to FaceTime. They're wanting to call you rather than just texting too, right? They're wanting to see you in person. They're wanting to take you out on dates and planning ahead of schedule, not just trying to do it all last minute, right? So that is how they will prove to you that they are ready to carry a connection as strong and deep and beautiful as this one, because in the past it was all you, and that is not how we do it on this channel, okay? Great worry over nothing and chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. Wow. So again, I feel like, yeah, there could be a lot of like worry, anxiety about like, is this it? Is this the only thing that the only person that I get to experience is this situationship? But I really do feel like there could be somebody new that's coming in that's actually catching your eye more than this devil energy, and therefore is triggering the devil energy, and therefore causing the elastic band theory for them to snap right back to you, because all of a sudden you are no longer, you know, just single old you. Suddenly now you're wanted, right? And it's like, that's going back to the Marilyn Monroe saying, it's like, why do you want me then when I'm at my best and not when I'm at my worst? Why do you not want to grow with me and glow with me, right? Yeah, advice from a friend, and you should accept valid criticism as well. So very interesting here. I feel like, yeah, like maybe you and this person could be, you could be giving this person some advice. You could be helping them out with a situation. You know, they could be giving you criticism. You could be giving them criticism. They could be coming back in. You could be like, okay, but here's how it's going to be, right? Like, you actually want to talk to me, bitch? You have to fucking text me first. I'm not going to be doing this anymore, okay? Like, I'm not going to be putting up with this same old, because I'm not the same old. I have healed, I've grown, I've blossomed, right? And so it's time for this person to blossom too, and not just leave you to it. I actually didn't pull these cards for other decks, but this is the only one that I really got love from. The Grim Reaper, the relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. So again, a lot of you guys are probably just going to be reaping this connection, right? Like, yeah, receiving what you need in order to move on. Moving on closure issues. So that's kind of what I feel like with this pile. And there's a siren in the back, so I always see everything as a sign, right? And sirens are indicators of just like a little bit of a warning, especially when it comes to this connection. You want to tread lightly and you want to be cautious, okay? Like, if you want this person back, especially being a devil energy, you know, like, sure, but you also have to, yeah, keep healing yourself, because I'm getting, yeah, there is a lot of heartbroken energy from this. Whew, okay, and they're also telling me that maybe this person's in this state where they feel like this relationship is just over. They feel like they've ran out of chances. They feel like this is it for them, and there's going to be nothing else, you know? And I feel like this person's deeply hurt. I feel like you might be hurt still. You might feel very sad from the separation, from, you know, the breakup. Yeah, mourning, grieving. But I feel like ultimately you are healing, and I feel like you're progressing, you're moving forward, you're moving on with your life. And again, I feel like you might be meeting somebody new, and then some things come out of the woodwork, some people, this person in particular comes out of the woodwork, because I feel like they might find out that you have a partner, and then, or that you are pursuing other people, other options. Even if this is like a sticky situationship that's still in your life, that's still persistent, there's nothing to do with it being over, I feel like that's when you take your power back and you start going dating other people. Yeah, oh, there was a song, but I think it's too faint in my intuition for me to hear it. But yeah. Yes, thank you so much, spirit guides. Oh, I just watched the original performance of the song, You Don't Own Me. I'm not just one of your little toys. You don't own me. Yeah, don't say I can't go with other boys. Oh, yes. And the way that she was looking at the camera, oh, I have chills right now just thinking about it. But that's the vibe. It's like this situationship, this devil energy, you don't own me. You can't say that I can't go with other boys if you are not committing to me. Whew! You take that power back. You take that feistiness and you go out there and you meet some other people. Because if this person is not giving you what you want, you are sure as hell going to find it. Ooh! Yeah, because what? You don't own me. Whew! Yes, I love that. Thank you so much, spirit guides. That's so powerful. Yeah, and especially with the camera here, reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learning from past and making memories. I feel like this person could be looking back at old pictures of you. I feel like they could be looking back on the past, reminiscing, thinking about, you know, what they could do differently. And I'm not the type of person to write off, you know, anybody. Like, I used to be the type of person that was, I blocked fucking every and anybody, right? You hurt me, blocked. You broke up with me, blocked. You were a situationship that had a mild ending, blocked, right? And I've sort of gotten to this point where it's like, you don't want me in your life, that's fine, but you get to watch me as I continue my life without you. Because it will continue. Whew. Yeah, and this pile in particular, you might need some of that energy with you, right? Like, this person might learn from their past, sure, but I would not bank on it, to be honest. And I would just keep going with my life, exploring the other fish in the sea, having fun, looking hot. And I feel like that will make this person snap right back, if that's really, really, really what you want. But again, a lot of you guys maybe don't even want that, and you will end up meeting your person because you decided to walk away from this. So just keep that in the back of your mind, because you are gorgeous, you are glamorous, you're hot, you dress nicely, you look good. What part of this person could not decide, right? Like, actually, what part of this person could not decide? Right? Like, yeah, it's crazy. It's mind-blowing to me that somebody as spectacular as you, somebody could be indecisive about. So keep that in the back of your mind and just remember, you don't own me. Whew! I love that. Chills. All right, my gorgeous pile number 3. Please, you are so beautiful. Ugh, I love you. Literally right down below. I'm so fucking stunning. I deserve the best in life. I deserve the best partners. I deserve the best people. I deserve to be treated like a princess, prince, king, queen, royalty. Okay? Whoo! Because you are. You are royalty, especially if you're drawn to this channel. Hey, you're royalty. I don't know why I have a weird little wiggle finger. Okay, anyways. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Halloween special, the spooky mystery reading. This ended up being it, and damn, this was a good reading. I'm so excited for the 4th and final pile, but definitely click around if you feel drawn to other piles, because they were all different energies. So yes, gorgeouses, I love you all so much, and I'll see you very, very soon, okay? Bye. Alrighty, last but certainly not least, hello to those of you who chose pile number 4, the subliminal music card. This is going to be your message today, your mystery reading. So let's go ahead and find out what it's going to be all about. Oh my god, I actually saw the Queen of Wands on the bottom of my deck. Okay, let's get some messages here. Thank you so much, spirit guides. I've got a song stuck in my head now from the last pile. You don't own me. What's the one version of that where she's like, sounds like kind of Christina Aguilera singing it, and I literally can't get it out of my head. The oh, whoa, whoa, ho, ho, no, no, no. You know that one? You don't own me. Somebody like out there is like, what the fuck did she just do? But that's the song that I can't get out of my head, and I can't get that specific version. And it sounds like Christina Aguilera singing it, but I don't think it is, question mark? Okay, anyways, let's get into your reading. We have the Queen of Wands here, King of Swords. This is an interesting reading here. Okay, I just want 2 clarifiers, okay, or 3. Chariot, the Sun. Okay, I feel like this is about, also a little bit about following your true passions in life. I feel like a lot of you guys just went through a major glow up, especially with the Queen of Wands energy here. And the subliminal music, that makes me feel like you've been listening to your subliminals, you've been working on yourself. Queen of Wands tells me, you know, it's a little bit of the internal work, yes, but it's a lot to do with external and glowing up. You might have just started working out, you might have gotten a haircut, hair color, started doing your makeup differently, and started wearing fashion a little bit differently. And I feel like because of that, you've really grown up as a person, and it's radiated a lot to your internal confidence as well. Because, you know, a lot of people like to say, you know, looks don't matter, but I feel like they don't matter to other people, but to ourselves, they make the world of a difference. You know, me walking into a job interview, actually, I was in the weirdest interview of my entire life today. I don't even really need a job. I always like to just be interviewing and seeing what else is out there, seeing if I can't, you know, work my way up in the career field. And I just went to a job interview that was so weird today. Tell me if you guys have ever had a job interview like this, because I've literally never had one like this. But it was me and the other 2 candidates for the job with 1 hiring manager. I've had it where I've had 5 hiring managers at once and just me. And I was actually telling my partner about this story. They all had their cameras off. I kept my camera on, bitch. Yeah. Because I'm that baddie. But yeah, I've literally never experienced that before. And the other 2 candidates, I kid you not, were in hoodies, sweatshirts, in dark rooms, bad lighting, bad cameras. And, you know, like, and then me, on the other hand, I came in with my little cute thrifted Burberry sweatshirt on. Not sweatshirt, but crew neck, very cropped, tailored, looks good. And, you know, like, guess who got through to the next round of interviewing? I hate to say it. It was me, bitch. And, like, it just says something about yourself when you show up as that person that you're supposed to be. And I kind of talk about that in one of the other piles at the beginning, pile number 1 or 2. You might be drawn to those as well. But I really do feel like external appearance has a lot to do with, you know, how we feel on the inside and how we want to portray ourselves to other people. So I don't see it as something bad wanting to improve your looks, wanting to improve the way that you look to other people, because to be honest, it helps more with your internal sense of self than it does with how other people perceive you, you know, and how other people view you and look at you. So this pile in particular, I feel like you've really created a lot more happiness in your life, and spirit guides are coming out here today just to tell you how proud of you they are. Oh my gosh, and I'm getting like overwhelmed. Like I almost feel like I'm being brought to tears, because I'm seeing some of you guys, you know, pushing the boundaries that you never thought you'd push before, like graduating with honors from a university when your parents never went to school, right? Or, you know, getting that fucking job that you've been working your ass off for years, or getting that first position to the job that will lead you to the job that you're getting years to come. You know, it's just like they feel, your spirit guides are so proud of you, and they feel as though you don't give yourself enough credit for the incredible baddie that you have become. Yeah, because they're bringing me back to the subliminals, and I'm hearing a person that's going, yeah, well, it's just the subliminals, right? Like, it's just the subliminals. It's just the haircut. It's just, you know, no, it's you. You were the one that made all of these changes in yourself. Somebody can sit on their ass and listen to subliminals all day and expect the world to change for them, and it's not going to change. But you actually had the chariot. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm getting overwhelmed. And you made those steps forward. And I'm like, they're literally telling me, I'm so proud of you for everything that you have accomplished. And if you are in this pile, you need to pat yourself on the back, because not only do you have a lot more blessings that are up ahead of you and you are coming into them in full fucking speed, right? But you really changed your perspective. You changed yourself. You changed your way that you view the world. And because of that, it's time for you to pat yourself on the back, because you did incredible. Just the fact that you were even drawn to this group today tells me everything that I need to tell about you, right? You're hardworking, you're ambitious, you're driven, you're passionate, but not to the point where you're, overstepping your boundaries passionate. You're humble. You're just incredible. And I feel like this pile, you really just needed to hear that you can do anything that you put your mind to, because you put your mind to it. And it's never those, subliminals. It's never the haircut. It's never any of that bullshit. It's you that ends up making this happen for yourself. And because of that, you have a lot more happier times ahead. You're going to be meeting some people, I'm hearing soul family, that are actually going to be very beneficial, very kind for you. I'm also hearing that you're going to be meeting a higher level soulmate here too, especially after putting up with the crusty, dusties, and musty situationships of the past. I feel like you're actually going to be welcoming in a new King of Swords energy who is a lot more matched to your energy that you're bringing to the table. I feel like there's going to be somebody that's very decisive about you, somebody that wants to help you out and carry you through your bad times and through your good, and lift you up. And yeah, I even see you receiving awards here. So I really do feel like you're stepping into a period of major abundance, success, career success, and it's because you're following your passions. You're following what lights you up. You're following your heart, and you're looking damn good while doing it. Ooh, so we love to see it, especially with the moon card here. It's like, yeah, like stay in that mystery where you're not telling everybody your next move, but you're surprising them with it when it hits them, right? Like when they see it, damn, they get surprised. Yeah, because especially with the Seven of Wands here, you soar above the competition. So any field that you really want to go into, anything that you really want to put your mind to, you will be a success at. It's guaranteed. And it's literally just because you're putting your mind to it, period. There's no other if, ands, or buts. There's no other extra things you have to do it. No, it's simply because you're putting your mind to it. And I feel like, again, you're going to be coming into a lot of relationships, connections that are going to be very beneficial for you, okay? And beneficial for the other person as well. Don't think that it's not a reciprocated situation, because it is. Hey, let's go. If y'all know, okay? But also because I just feel like this person's really going to wake you up to this new version of yourself that you've really always meant to be. And I feel like you've kind of already woken yourself up to it. I feel like the majority of you have, right? Like you are already this person, but it's just going to be somebody that really is applauding you every single step of the way, backing you up, pushing you to continue doing that work even when it gets hard, right? And they're even telling me this could be like a workout buddy too. Like you could be welcoming in like a genuine partner that actually wants to work out with you and is very encouraging of you to work out and applauds you whenever you're working out, and also applauds you for indulging in your guilty pleasures here and there, because everybody still doesn't matter, if you're trying to lose 500 pounds, whatever, 600, 700, 1,000 pounds, I don't care. Whatever you're trying to lose, you still deserve to have a piece of fucking cake every now and again, okay? You still deserve to have your cake and eat it too. And just because you're working out, just because you're adapting this healthy lifestyle, doesn't mean that you have to shun any of those little simple pleasures in life, because at the end of the day, y'all, we're all gonna be in the fucking ground. This body is not going to matter when we're dead. So have your fucking cake, bro. Don't stop eating your cake just because you're trying to get after your shit, but still get after after it, because I see you going full force into this. I see a lot of success, a lot of happiness, celebratory times in your future. You're gonna be celebrating, you're gonna be partying with your friends, right? Yeah, and especially with the Four of Wands here, soul family is really heavy coming into play here for this pile in particular. You're really gonna be welcoming in a group of people that actually has your best intentions at heart and actually does, ow, speaking of working out, I'm sore, actually does, yeah, want you to follow your true happiness, which we love that. And again, especially with the Sun card here, if you've been feeling like you've been going through a period of depression, anxiety, sadness, stress, just feeling again stagnant, you might be drawn to the other piles, but also know that this is coming to an end literally right now, right? Like, we're not gonna keep, because for me personally, like, I went through a really bad period of depression. I think it was this past year. I can't remember if it was last year or this past year. Like, it's been such a crazy, chaotic turnaround. But it got so bad for me that I was literally pretty much just bed rotting every single day. I could get out of bed, but I could get out of bed and onto my couch, and I would stay on that couch for the entire day. And so it was just like, and it was literally so bad, you guys, that like I was literally sobbing, like sobbing every single day for months and months. And it wasn't even like controllable. Like, it wasn't even like I could just like shut it down and stop it. I was genuinely sobbing. And I'm not telling you guys this to get you to feel fucking bad for me. No, that's not the point of this. The point of this is to tell you that I was there too. And how I got myself out of it was the simplest things that I could do to make myself feel better. So changing my diet, forcing myself to eat more fruit and more veggies, more nutrient dense meals, because it gave me more energy. And even just the littlest bit of energy that I could take, I would fucking take it. So I could shower, so I could brush my teeth. Sorry about that, y'all. My cat threw up. But going back to what I was saying, so that way I could brush my teeth, so that way, you know, I could just do the littler things that I wasn't already doing because I had such bad depression. And the other thing that spirit guides brought into my mind actually as I was walking around was the biggest change that I made that made actually the hugest impact in my brain was having to do with rewiring. So because whenever I would literally hear my brain say, I'm so depressed, this is so sad, this is so upsetting because this and this and this, rather than listening to it and being like, yeah, you know what, yeah, you're right. In my head, I would be like, actually, no, I feel great, I feel fine. Even if it was kind of a lie, like, I just kept saying that, and I just kept being like, actually, I feel happy. Actually, I feel great. And I would literally just kept programming my mind, and then I would think about something that made me happy. So then it would literally transfer from being sad over to being in a happier energy and a more uplifted energy, even if it felt a little bit false at first, especially because you're kind of like convincing yourself that you're not sad, you know, like over time and with time, it got so much better. And then once I kind of got to that place where I was like, okay, I'm feeling, that's when I started to do more what they call in psychology, because I do my BA in psychology, behavioral activation, which is where you start doing any and everything that makes you happy. Because especially when you're depressed and all you want to do is stay in bed, planning out your day that's full of fun activities that you actually used to like to do, like watching your favorite movies, watching your favorite TV shows, and making a night out of it, you know, like journaling, doing art, painting, listening to music, listening to subliminals, like just doing all of those little teeny tiny behavioral activations that you can do that activate that energy in you of being happy again. And so I don't know why I really felt like I had to say that, but especially if there's somebody out there that's struggling with depression, know that you are not alone, and know that there are so many resources out there that want to help you, that want to help you get back on track. But if you can't do those, then please just listen to that little bit of advice that I gave you, and I swear to God, it will make a world of a difference in your life. Yeah, like even incorporating just a morning walk every single day that just gets you outside, gets you in that fresh air, or afternoon walk, or evening walk, even if it takes you a while to get out of bed, you know, like don't beat yourself up. Stop making yourself feel bad for healing, okay? Because everything that you could do to better yourself is always just healing yourself, and you can't get mad at yourself for doing that, you know? You're a bad bitch. Come on, you gotta heal sometimes. Dealings or relationships with a man, celebration, fun, enjoyment. Temptation will test you, and you are on the road to success. Oh, sorry, I just shoved y'all forward again. But I feel like, again, you might be tempted to go back to your old patterns, go back to your old ways of thinking. But the more that you can kind of welcome in this beautiful enjoyment in your life, this fun, success, you know, the more that it's going to amplify and become a lot better. Yeah, for a lot of you guys, maybe you are just coming out of that period of sadness, of depression. And right now you're in this incredible period of glowing back up again. Yeah, the other thing that I want to say too is like when you're down and out, make a Pinterest board with your new era that you're entering into. Name it the era that you want to name it, right? Like I've had the Villanelle era when I got out of really bad relationship situations. I had my Dick Witch era, which is still kind of going on to this day, you know, it still is going on. But now she's taken on different names and different forms, and she's adapted and she's grown with these different, you know, eras. And I say she because I'm kind of referring to my body versus my soul, you know, like me, I'm just this fucking character that I can customize and that I can send out on special missions, you know? So just kind of always keep that in the back of your mind. Oh, now he wants back in after throwing up. Sorry about that again, y'all. There's a lot of happenings on this end, but I feel like ultimately what I'm trying to say is that, like, you know, there's going to be a lot more fun and celebration and enjoyment that's going to be happening in your life literally now. As you're watching this, I'm claiming it for you. Happiness, fun, and enjoyment is going to be coming in for you. Changed perspectives, which I think are incredible. Changing your mind, changing your perspective about situations, and expect things to start moving incredibly, incredibly fast, knowing that you are on the road to success, which we love. Pile number 4. Yeah, and anybody that, you know, was meant to fall off in the past was meant to fall off. But again, there's something to do here with like a man, a King of Swords energy that's going to be coming in here and really kind of changing the way that you see yourself, changing the way that you see the world. And I just really feel like it's, yeah, I feel like, yeah, they're going to be really helping you a lot. Solid foundation, success with effort, and period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So again, it's like, you know, it might be frustrating, especially, you know, dealing with mental health issues, dealing with things from the past, but we have to recognize that, like, it's only there to make us more mentally strong and to show us that we are really the leaders and the controllers of our own life. And the more that you can remember that and remember the power that you have over your own mind, the influence that you have over other people, I feel like the better that your life is going to be. And so yes, you might have struggled in the past, but that is the past. And from this moment forward, we are only moving up, okay? Okay, baddies? Yes. And there's going to be a lot of celebration, excitement in your future, but you have to build that solid foundation first, right? You have to build something that genuinely is going to actually make you happier in the long term. You have to build something that is so solid so that way when these mental health issues, these problems do come across in your life, you have a tactical plan and a way of dealing with them. Like, I'm holding on to my cat right now. You might not even be able to hear it, but he is being a baby. He's being a baby. You guys want to see him? Here he comes. Say hi, Ghost, everybody. Here's his star appearance in the Halloween special. I actually didn't even get to record little videos of them, so if you see Ghost, put but I already said that for the people that watch the intro. So if you watch the intro, you get to put a ghost emoji down below. But if you're just seeing Ghost now, you get to put a little pumpkin emoji to support him. Or a cat. I guess a cat would... Duh. Okay, maybe a cat. Let's do a cat. But he's such a cute little baby, such a stinker. But basically, yeah, I feel like there's just going to be a lot more happiness, successful times on the horizon. There he goes. There he is. And I feel like you're going to be learning a lot of lessons from the I feel like, again, is all to do with establishing your more solid foundation. Yeah. And you're really going to start to soar above the competition. So, you know, again, I was kind of speaking on this in another pile, so I won't get into it too much. But if you do feel like there's a field that's too competitive for you to get into, there's no such thing. You are the Queen of Wands, you're passionate, you're fiery. Especially if you are drawn to the arts. I have to say that, especially for this pile, like, because mental health was brought up and music is here, and Wands energy, which is creativity, it's fire, it's, you know, and so you might be drawn to the arts. You might be really drawn to being an artist, and that's one of the best ways that artists actually cope with their emotions is through their art. So, you know, like I love songwriting because it's a way for me to express myself in a more artistic way, versus some people really like to paint their feelings. Some people like to sculpt their feelings. Some people like to make YouTube videos. Me again. Some people, you know, like there's a lot of different creative outlets and a lot of different ways that you can express these emotions, and you don't have to keep them all bottled inside, because a lot of the time that is how things end up combusting and blowing up in your face, is when, you know, you're trying to control everything but you don't have your own emotions in check. So make sure that your emotions are in check, because I feel like going into this next phase in your life, it's going to be really important, because I do feel like there's a lot of success. There's a lot of happiness coming. Seriously, there's a lot of happiness here right now. And even as a good exercise, just for anybody to do, even if you're not struggling with mental health, but I feel like if you made it this far, hey, we're all in it together, right? We're all in this together. Just right now, think of one thing that makes you happy, right? This could be a movie, a TV show, a cartoon character, you know, this could be an activity that you like to do. This could be a musician. Just one thing that makes you happy. This could be a family member, a pet, you know, the grass, I don't know, just anything that makes you happy, and really focus on it, and focus on that feeling that joy brings to you, that person, that thing, that place, that whatever brings to you whenever you're doing it. Like, see yourself, you know, talking to that person, see yourself painting the art, feel it in your soul, feel it in your body, see yourself meeting that celebrity, you know, shaking their hand, telling them how much they truly mean to you and how much you've really changed, how much they've really changed your life personally. And just existing in that beautiful, gorgeous space of gratitude and of happiness is all we need to create more, and for more to come to us, and for it to be amplified, because you are existing in that energy right now as you're thinking about that beautiful thing that makes you happy. So just always take this with you, take your fire with you, because pile number 4, you are killing it, okay? Don't let anybody ever make you think otherwise. Just stay positive, stay strong. I know it's especially difficult during these times. And that's the last thing that I'll say, is I had to stop engaging with negative news too, because that's pretty much all news is. Like, I got to the point where one of the things that makes me really, really happy actually is news bloopers. They make me so happy. It's just like, watching somebody else like kind of accidentally mess up or whatever. There's a dog on set. Where did that dog come from? You know, it just makes you feel so happy and so grateful. Okay, finally. One final thing, but during that time too, I was, you know, engaging with a lot of that negativity, negative news sources, negative YouTube videos, true crime videos, news of worldly events, world disasters, wars, poverty, homelessness, and just dousing myself in it. And especially when you're at such a fragile state of mind with something as big as depression, anxiety, mental health, whatever, you have to control what you are consuming, not just for your body's sake, but for your mind's sake as well. And so again, I made an entire playlist. I think it is available under my playlist section, I believe, but it's all good videos. Every single video on there makes you feel positive. It teaches you something new, lets you learn about a new culture. It has good news for the month. And it has people laughing, people smiling, you know, like nicely pranking each other, not like anything stupid or crazy. It's just full of good energy. And so especially if you feel like you've been so drained, you feel like your feed is just so negative, go through this playlist, literally watch the videos that call to you, like them, engage with them, because that shows the algorithm that you want more of that. You know, like how you're liking this video and subscribing and commenting down below, eh? So that way it shows the algorithm that you want more of me, but that you want to see more of this beautiful positivity in the world, because there's enough negativity for everybody. There's enough of that shit. And if we fester on that shit, we don't come up with solutions. We just get sad. So rather than getting sad, channel your power into something that you can control. Watch those good videos, get your vibe back up there, and you will start solving some of these terrible problems in the world just naturally, just by caring for yourself first. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching and enjoying the Halloween Spooktacular special presented and produced by me, the Dick Witch. I'm so grateful just to have all of you here. I'm like over the moon, just so grateful just for everything that you guys have blessed me with. I just feel like this is such an incredible community that we have really fostered together, and genuinely I could not have done it without you guys. So thank you so much for being so positive, so uplifting to each other, even in the comments, helping each other out. You know, I see everything, I read everything. I don't always have the time to respond to everything because the channel is growing and it's growing very fast, and so it's hard for me to keep up, but I do read everything. I do. I really do. And I love to see you guys helping each other. I love to hear, you know, you guys talking about your own personal stories, how you've grown, how you've changed, how you've gotten out of this, you know, that kind of stuff. So I just love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching from the bottom of my titty heart. I'm Brandon, that's probably Zoom Clarity, and I'll see you very soon, okay?